6.3, presentation of proclamation recognizing October 2025 as Filipino American History Month in Lake County. And are you reading this, Lloyd? That's what Johanna said.
Nice, nice.
Sorry, Lloyd.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If you're here for this proclamation, please come up and stand with us.
Should I do that?
Oh, yeah, sure. You can do the Tagalog. Yeah, and I'll do it that way. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's yours, right? Yeah, let's trade. All right. So as we did last year, we're going to go ahead and read this in English and also in Tagalog. And so Lloyd will help me with that. I would try, but I'll mess it up. I still mess up my own cultural language, so I don't want to mess up the Filipino language. So I'll start out with this proclamation recognizing October 2025 as Filipino American History Month in Lake County. Do you want to? It's the same. Okay. Whereas the celebration of Filipino American History Month in October commemorates the first recorded presence of Filipinos in the continental United States, which occurred on October 18th, 1587, when Luzones Indios came ashore from the Spanish galleon Nuestra Señora de Esperanza and landed what is now Morro Bay, California, and
Whereas ang pagdiriwang ng Filipino-American History Month noong Oktubre ay ginugunita ang unang naitalang presensya ng mga Pilipino sa continental ng Estados Unidos na naganap noong Oktubre 18, 1587 nung dumating ang Luzones Indios mula sa Spanish galleon na Nuestra Señora de Esperanza at dumaong sa Morro Bay, California.
And whereas in 2009, U.S. Congress recognized October as Filipino American History Month in the United States, various states, counties, and cities in the U.S. have established proclamations and resolutions declaring observance of Filipino American History Month. And
Whereas noong 2009, kinilala ng Kongreso ng Estados Unidos ang Oktubre bilang Filipino-American History Month sa Estados Unidos, ang iba't ibang lugar at lungsod sa Estados Unidos ay nagtatag ng mga proklamasyon at resolusyon na nagdedeklara ng pagdiriwang ng Filipino-American History Month.
whereas the late Dr. Fred Cordova, along with his wife, Filipino American National Historical Society, FANHS, founder Dr. Dorothy Laigo Cordova, first introduced October as Filipino American History Month in 1992 with a resolution from the FANHS National Board of Trustees marking 2025 as the 33rd anniversary of Filipino American History Month celebration nationally. And
Whereas si Dr. Fred Cordova kasama ang kanyang asawa si Dr. Dorothy Laigo Cordova ng Filipino-American National Historical Society, FANHS, ay unang ipinakilala ng Oktubre bilang Filipino-American History Month noong 1992 na may resolusyon mula sa FANHS National Board of Trustees at nagmarka ng 2025 bilang ika-33 anibersaryo ng pagdiriwang ng Filipino-American History Month sa buong bansa.
whereas, as early as the 1930s, Filipino immigrants significantly contributed to the history of Lake County, California, and the United States, most notably as laborers recruited to support the agricultural industry, as medical professionals to deliver health care, as servicemen and servicewomen to enlist in the armed services, and as pioneers who settled in the United States and Lake County to build communities. And
Whereas noong dekada ng 1930, malaki ang naiambag ng mga Pilipinong imigrante sa kasaysayan ng Lake County, California at Estados Unidos, lalo na bilang mga manggagawang para suportahan ang industriya ng agrikultura, bilang mga medikal na profesional para sa kalusugan, bilang mga nagtatrabaho sa militar at sa mga tumira sa Estados Unidos at Lake County para sa taong bayan.
whereas Filipino Americans have made Lake County their place to live, work, and play, continuing to present day and into continue into present day, and into the future, greatly contributing to the local and broader culture and economy, which enriches Greater Lake County, and Lake County takes pride in the diverse workforce, which includes talented Filipino Americans in the local workforce. And
Whereas ginawa ng mga Pilipinong Amerikano ang Lake County bilang kanilang lugar upang manirahan at magtrabaho na nagpapatuloy at lubos na nag-aambag sa kultura at ekonomiya para sa pamayanan ng Lake County at ipinagmamalaki ng Lake County ang nagtatrabaho na kinabibilangan ng mga mahusay na nagtatrabahong Pilipinong Amerikano sa pamumunong posisyon at
whereas the County of Lake will commemorate Filipino American History Month each October to honor and share the rich tapestry of Filipino American art, history, culture, and identity. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Lake County Board of Supervisors declares the month of October 2025 as Filipino American History Month in Lake County and encourages the community to engage and celebrate in Filipino American festivities throughout the month, passed and adopted this 28th day of October 2025, signed by myself.
Whereas gugunitin ng County of Lake ang Filipino American History Month tuwing Oktubre upang parangalan at ibahagi ang mayamang sining, kasaysayan, kultura at pagkakakilanlan ng Filipino American at ngayon kaya ipinahayag na dineklara ng Lake County Board of Supervisors ang buwan ng October 2025 bilang Filipino American History Month sa Lake County at hinihikayat ng taong bayan na makisali sa pagdiriwang itong buwan. Passed and adopted this 28th day of October 2025.
Thank you very much for reading that, Lloyd. Would anyone like to speak? Yes, please.
Hi, my name is Virginia Sereno. Just to bring a personal note to this proclamation, my own father emigrated here in 1927. He was 21 years old. He had reached sixth grade in his barrio, and the school system in the Philippines was set up by the American system, established by, I think, the Tomasians, a religious organization. And so he came over here with his first cousin in 1927. During that time, his generation, they were not allowed to marry white women. They were only allowed to marry Filipino women, according to federal law. So I've met in my lifetime Caucasian women who did marry Filipino men illegally and were able to raise families, but they had to hide it in secret because they were in danger of arrest. So his whole generation was not allowed to marry. You have to understand that. So all these single men came over, were not able to establish families. Post-World War II, after many of them served under General MacArthur to serve on the American side, they were able to go back to the Philippines and marry women, including my mother, and she was a whole generation younger than my dad. Her father actually went to school with my father. So you can understand, because of the impact of the laws at that time, there was a whole dysfunction and disjointed of these families. You'll see them who have very older fathers and very younger mothers. So, and I am a product of one of those families. Both of them believed in education. Myself and my two siblings are college educated because that's one of the reasons they came to America. And my father promised my mother that he would pay for her college education. He never did. So that always came up during their arguments. So the other thing I can say is that in my family, my maternal grandfather was instrumental in saving an American fighter pilot who had parachuted over the barrio where they lived. And he was mayor of the town at that time, my grandfather. But he was picked up by the Japanese and was tortured and never revealed where the soldier was. And they were hiding him where they keep the rice at. So I'm very proud of them for that. So this history is very important to us. As the proclamation stated, we've been here since the 1500s. There are families in New Orleans that can trace their heritage back to the Philippines 10 generations. So I want to let you know that. Anyway, we're here. We're not going anywhere. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, I'm Layla Romero. I work for the county in the Health Services Department, and I just want to say how wonderful it is to be seen and acknowledged, because I am a first generation Filipino American, and I didn't grow up seeing people who looked like myself. Not that I was watching Board of Supervisors meetings growing up, but I'm sure that if I did, I would have loved to seen a proclamation like this. And it's beautiful to hear my parents' language being spoken on this stage. And yeah, history is so important. You know, no history, no self. And growing up, on the East Coast in New York, I didn't know about the Manongs, about Larry Itliong and his work in the Delano Grape Strike, working for workers' rights, and even the Luzones Indios. And so having that history makes me feel more connected to myself and to my ancestors. And as a Filipino American in Lake County, I do my best to make my ancestors proud and my future descendants proud. And I just want to say how honored I am to have our history acknowledged. Thank you.
Well, I will say one other thing is that although there was no their integration wasn't allowed with the Caucasians, our Native communities, we have at least 3 or 4 families in my tribe that yes, and dating back to the 30s and 20s. So there's that. Is there anyone that would like to say anything on the dice, please?
I'll just add similar comments to prior proclamations that are similar. Any day that we get to celebrate the diversity of our community and acknowledge the diversity within our community is a good day. I think that we don't walk in everybody's shoes, and sometimes to be recognized can make a difference. And so we get to do that here through proclamations, and thank you for bringing this.
Anyone from the public who would like to say anything? If not, we'll go ahead and close this item and take our picture.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, let's do one more. Thank you. Oh, wait.
1, 2, 3.